Welcome back to another episode of Let's Chat Podcast, y'all. I am your host, JoJo.
And I'm Zyra.
Ooh.
Hey, y'all.
What's poppin'?
I know y'all missed us because we had to take a week off.
I know. I forgot. I feel like these Mondays just be rolling around. And not that I don't be excited to like record and shit, because obviously we record prior to Monday because it is a process to record and then to do the damn video and all that. But I'll just be like, sheesh, what's the next topic? One topic at a time. So, but nonetheless, I'm excited to be here and to give you guys the content you've been waiting for.
And we got new mics because we can always improve. So why not get new mics?
Yeah.
Like, let's do it. Why not? So I'm super happy that we got these new mics. I feel like
Happy wife, happy life.
obviously the video is important, like the quality, but I feel like this is a podcast, so we need to really make sure that our audio sounds the best, more than like how we look and like the quality and all of that.
No, we deserve a little upgrade,
Right.
a little something, something. It's crazy because if you think about it, it's been a year and what? A year and 9 months, 8 months since we started. We're coming up on 2 years in January, y'all. This is crazy to me.
It is.
And you know what? One of the things I always remember is, I forget who it was, but we had a listener saying like, just keep being consistent. Like, your time is gonna come. Just keep the consistency. They were like, I've listened to a lot of podcasts and have stumbled across new podcasts. And one of the things that I can say is that people do not keep the consistency and they fall off. So I can honestly say, I think that was one of our main goals this year, was to be very consistent. I wish we kept fucking track of how many times we actually missed the episode this year. But we try to keep that to a minimal. We know that life happens, so it's not like it's the end of the world if we don't produce one. But all in all, we take a lot of pride and, want to be better.
Right. And like low key, if we wanted to, we could do a podcast, but then at the same time, we don't want to give bullshit.
Yeah.
So it's like if we're not prepared and we're not ready, we're not gonna sit here and bullshit.
Yeah.
So we're just like, it's the quality too. So like the quality of your content.
Mm-hmm. So it'd be a waste of time.
More than the quantity. So it's like we would rather sit here and give you guys good content than sit here and give you bullshit just to be here. You got me? But yeah, that's the catch up. This week is JoJo's birthday week. How old are you turning?
None your business.
Tell them.
Come on. We all know I'm getting a little old. I ain't getting that old, y'all. I'm only going to be 29. Only. You know that video? You know what I'm talking about because I did a TikTok. And it's that audio that's like, better pizza, better money, better bitches, better... Well, basically, I have posted that TikTok talking about all my friends and family, talking about you getting old, you close to 30, pop, 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 pop. Well, it's better on this side. So stop talking shit.
Is it?
It is.
Is it?
It is.
Being an adult is just so tragic to me.
It's ghetto.
Like,
it's ghetto.
I don't know. I mean, I was always scared of like turning 30. I still got 2 more years, so it's okay. Because my birthday is obviously also this month. We talked about how we're both Virgos. Mine's is at the end of the month. Literally the last day of Virgo season. The first day of fall.
You're welcome. You made the cut.
Yeah, if y'all want to buy me something, you could. I'm kidding. But I remember I was dating this girl before. This is not part of the podcast episode. And she was 30. And I was like, I was always making fun of her because of that. Wow, I'm like, wow, you old.
How you making fun of somebody who's older, but you're dating someone who's older?
I don't know. And she would make fun of me for being young.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like, it was like little things. Like when I moved into my new apartment.
Oh, she's growing up.
I was like, so how does this like internet shit work? What I gotta do? Who I gotta call? Yeah. And like they explain how like it depends on where you live and like whatever, you don't really have a choice because it really depends on where you live. And I was like, it's the little things like that you gotta set up for yourself.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah,
Oh no, I'm not worried about being 30. Is
you're
no
29.
different
You
from
got one
being
more
in
year.
the 20s. Yeah, but like that year, this year came and it went. What do you think the next year is gonna do? It's gonna come and it's gonna go. Yo, in all honesty, after I turned 25, it's been like time has literally gone. Shit, after you turn 21, but whatever, I gave it to 25, and now I just feel like it's to the point where I literally forget how old I am. I'm like, I feel like I was just the prior age, and now I'm already a new age. Like, I just can't keep up.
I feel like this year is gonna be good for you.
Why?
I don't know. I think you're starting a new chapter and like completely. The future's a little bit blurry for you, but I feel like sometimes good things happen when you least expect it. So it's like I think it'll be a year of like self-discovery for you. Self-discovery is good.
I
And
agree.
like spontaneous, I don't know how to word it, but like
Isn't it like
yeah, like
spontaneity, some
that.
shit like
It's
that?
like sometimes that's good.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Hmm.
Sometimes you know me, I need a plan. Um but I feel like I know you and you're okay with that.
Yeah.
For me, I would probably be like stressed. Like, what's next? What's gonna happen next in my professional life and like all of that.
I think I'm at ease right now, and I think that I'm just trying to enjoy that state of mind. And because we're always going to be at a point where we're worried about something. There's always going to be a point in our life, whether it's something at home, whether it's your relationship with your friends, your family, your partner, or your career. Like, it's always going to be something to worry about. But I don't know, I think in the last couple years I've been like very grounded and um just trying to find peace in like what I have, and just being optimistic about like what I can have or what can come. So, like I said, I'm at ease right now. I'm chilling. But I am here for the spontaneous shit, and I think I'm gonna be all right. I think things are gonna be good. I would agree that this year, I'm not gonna say it's gonna be my year. I feel like everybody says that shit, right? But I think, like you said, it will be a year of self discovery for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But that's enough about me. Um, Anything else you want to share before we get into today's episode?
So I went out the other day. It's so funny because I feel like I always have a story about how I go out and I always be like, I'm not drinking anymore.
I was not there, y'all.
She wasn't there because it's Virgo season and she has two best friends who literally have the same birthday and my sister's birthday. So
Everybody's birthday.
I was like, you know, I have to chill with my sister. So we went out to this spot in Clifton, New Jersey called Made in Miami. I never been to it, but I heard it's popping. So we were celebrating my sister's birthday and we got there, whatever, and like there was this couple. I could tell it was a gay couple. And you know when you feel somebody looking at you?
Mm-hmm.
I felt that, but then I was like, it's in my head.
Yeah.
You're cocky.
She thinks she's a star.
You're cocky.
Say
Nobody's looking at you. But then I was like, whatever. So I'm sitting down waiting for our table, and then this girl comes up to me. She was like, "Oh my god, I just want to say that I love you." I was like, "Oh my god, do you listen to the podcast?" She was like, "Yeah." She gave me a hug. It was so nice. Like we ended up taking a shot, and I was like, "We're not even in a gay place," and someone noticed me, so I was very hyped about that. I was like, "Stop it, you're playing with me." But she was so nice and so sweet, and just kept saying how like she loves the podcast, and I was like, "I wish JoJo was here so you could like." Meet her. But I really love when people say hi to me and like don't be shy. Like we're regular people. So like we're always gonna welcome you with like open arms. And like I also went out maybe 2 weeks prior to that and we went to this spot in Hoboken in the pier. And then someone messaged me and I saw it like way later and they were like, I thought I saw you in the pier. But I didn't say hi. And I was like, and you should have. I was very drunk that day though, but
she was done up. She was absolutely embarrassing herself
for sure. So if you saw me, like,
thank you for not saying hi.
Living my best life. No.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what the summer is about.
Yeah,
Having fun.
that part.
Because next thing you know, we're gonna be depressed because
Stuck inside.
because the times
Seasonal
change.
depression.
Are we still doing this time change thing? They need to stop it.
I don't know.
Okay.
You're asking the wrong person.
And it gets dark at like 4 p.m. once fall and winter come around, and I don't like it.
She's
But
over it.
I love fall, so it is what it is.
That part.
But let's get into today's topic.
All right, y'all. So today we're gonna talk about non-negotiables, and for some of you, I'm not really one for non-negotiables, but you grow up and you figure it out. Anyway, so everybody wants this idea of a perfect relationship, perfect person. We all know that doesn't exist. It's a give and take. But nonetheless, when I feel like when we do get into situations where we give people a chance and we're open to a relationship with someone, we kind of lose our shit and don't set boundaries basically. And that's kind of what non-negotiables are in a way. They're those boundaries that you set in a relationship or with your friends and family to basically not get kicked in the ass, right? Not letting people walk all over you and having that sense of respect for you. And basically those non-negotiables are like a no, like, how do you say that? It's damn.
Like a no-fly zone?
Yeah, like it's just like, no, this is not up for discussion. This is not up for debate.
Kind of like a boundary.
Yeah, but it's just it's not, you're not willing to change it for anybody.
Yeah.
You know? It's like not, I mean, not that non-negotiables can't be changed, but it's on your term, you know?
Yeah, but I also feel like sometimes there's like non-negotiables and sometimes like you have to be like how do you call it? Like you have to compromise some things.
Oh, I mean, yeah, absolutely. But I think that that's also with the idea of boundaries.
Of course. I mean, I feel like I get what you're saying.
Yeah. But somebody did ask us that. We had a listener had commented, I think, on YouTube and was like, hey, what do you guys think about non-negotiables? Tell us what's up. What were we watching when we were thinking the same thing? We were like, damn, like I never thought about that. Like we've talked about boundaries before. And how like it's beneficial to yourself.
I think we're watching The Ultimatum
Maybe.
and one of them wants to live in the city.
Oh, that's true. I forgot about that too.
Yeah, I could think of.
Yeah. But anyway, so I figured, all right, let me see what I can find, because essentially when we got together, I don't want to say that we necessarily stated, oh, this is non-negotiable. I mean, I feel like you had some things that you were pretty adamant and strong about. But it was never presented like this is all or nothing. Maybe one thing.
Imagine if like I would have said that though.
I mean, at some point you did, but within time. It wasn't like first date, this is what I want. If you can't handle it, you can't give it, let me know, I'm out. I'll leave my portion of the check.
I was probably not trying to scare you off.
Yeah. You're definitely trying to be nice. It was COVID. What other options did you have? Nah. So according to HelloRelish.com, never heard of that, but they gave 10 examples of general non-negotiables for couples, right? This goes for any couple. One is non-excessive jealousy. That like crazy toxic ass jealousy where it's like if you're talking to someone that's not me, if you're making new friends that aren't friends that I already know, like crazy nut butt shit. Yeah.
Crazy. Like I feel like I can definitely agree with that, but I want to like specify how this relates to like lesbian relationships. Okay, so I used to date somebody who literally would get so jealous with any guy that I had
a bit low key. I don't want
that
to
I had a friendship with,
Mm-hmm.
or like they were a coworker. I'm like, not every guy wants me. Like I get that guys aren't shit, some of them, but it's just like I could have friendships with men and
and it could just be platonic,
right? And I've been lucky enough that I have had that where like I've had friendships with guys where it was like this, we're literally friends. Like they've never tried anything. Like it was like,
don't get it fucked up though. If you were to give them the opportunity, they would take it.
Maybe so.
They know maybe that. they are taking it.
But it's
they
like,
might not press you
mm-hmm.
because they've accepted the idea of we're platonic. I can respect that. But if you throwing that shit, they are picking that shit up.
Right. But it's like they never brought it up first.
Right.
So don't get crazy.
No,
but like
no.
this person was like, okay, so I have a small short story. We were on vacation and they had gone to the bathroom. We were in a gay club. While they were at the bathroom, I was waiting for them upstairs, and this gay guy comes up to me, and we're literally having a conversation. She comes up. It was the biggest argument. Like, she was so pissed, and I'm like, you know, he's gay, right? She was like, he could be bi, and I'm like, but what do you want me to do? Like, it's like you left me. You're at the bathroom. I'm by myself. We're just having a conversation. Like, it was truly just a conversation.
Yeah.
And like that shit ruined the whole night. Like, it turned into like that was one of the worst nights of my life.
That's just crazy to me because it's like, why take your partner out in public then? Why be in social settings if you don't plan or want your partner to be social?
Drag me in the bathroom with you if you don't want me to talk to nobody. But then at that, like, I'm a very social person. So for me to be in that situation, like, no, I don't like it. Like, I should have conversation with people and and like, you should trust me enough where it's like, you know, that if he was to ever try something, I will turn him down. Yeah. Are you crazy? I told you I'm here with my partner. And like, I feel like the conversation was literally just a conversation. There was no flirting. But literally that turned into one of the worst nights of my life. And you know the full story. But
some people can be a little delulu.
I was like, when I was thinking of non-negotiables, that was actually my number one. The jealousy, especially with men, needs to be at a minimum. Please, like.
So do you think that men were more, like, in your experience, that men were more jealous than women, or vice versa, or equally the same?
Women are definitely way more jealous than men. Like, men, they be jealous, but I feel like they hide it. Or they try to hide it, or they try to be funny, things like that. Or like, they'll get very like quiet and
like a mood shift.
Yeah, like a mood shift.
But won't say shit.
But women, they would literally
they'll
flip a table, fighting, might get physical. Like, it's like OD sometimes. And that difference is like, is so tragic.
Do you think like women are not just women, but like sense of possessiveness, like?
Oh, for sure.
Because I feel like guys can be pretty possessive.
And like, I feel like that's like natural for women too. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I could be jealous too. But I've noticed that like women, even straight women, could be jealous of like their friends having other girlfriends. Like, I'm your only friend.
Yeah,
I'm your main friend. Like, you met her after me. Like, they'll get like petty like that. And in my past,
that's true.
In my past, I have been like that. I'm like, who is this girl? Like, don't forget about me. Don't forget about me.
Stop.
So like, you know, I feel like women are just like more jealous, like, naturally.
Yeah. That's wild.
Sometimes y'all be doing too much, stressing me the fuck out.
I don't fuck with that excessive jealousy shit. I mean, not to say like, you know, like you said, we all have a sense of like that urge to, not urge, but like that feeling of jealousy. Mostly because we create shit in our head, especially when we think that the person is attractive, so we feel a little threatened. Yeah. All in all, I don't think I've ever been in a position to where I'm like, nah, go ahead, talk to homegirl, or like, you know, like really lighting your ass on fire.
Yeah.
But I have had fire under my ass. I've had girls sit here and be like, oh, nah, you can go talk to your new bitch. Or like, oh, nah, wrong bitch, like, you're not talking to me. Or, you know, all those little shady remarks, and then want to be mad, and it ruins the whole, like you said, the whole evening, the whole mood. And it's just like, even friends, like, the person that I've dated was mad because of the people that I was friends with. Or if I made any new friends, it was like, it was an issue. Like, if they ain't been around, then, and it's just like,
okay, wait, no, but like, to be a devil's advocate though, like when your partner has like these new friends out of nowhere and they're gay, it's questionable sometimes. And the other thing, when alcohol gets involved, sometimes you literally cannot control yourself.
Right.
Because I've been there. And it's like, I don't even know what advice I could give. Just don't drink. No, because it's like, It's unrealistic for you to
Mm.
just never drink. I mean, not that it's unrealistic. There's people that are like sober, but you got me. Like you should be able to have 1 or 2 drinks and be okay. And like I don't know, maybe like therapy or like just talking to your partner before you go out. Like we know how you get. Like please, like let's make sure it's a good night. Like if you ever feel some type of way, like tell me and like we'll
But I
talk
think
about it.
right. I'm
But
about to
like
say,
I get that sometimes people drink and like they truly just this like switch is just like, oh fuck, like not you looking at my girl, like nah, like you get me.
mm-hmm,
Like I get that point, but at the same time something needs to change
mm-hmm.
because your girlfriend, like y'all can't always go out and like have this issue, you got me. Just speaking from like experience, but like I said, I've also been that person. And then after that, like we'll talk and be
Mm-hmm.
like, what the fuck happened? What was it that like
Flip the switch.
flipped the switch for you that night?
Yeah.
And like in my experience, when I was telling you the story about the girl who got mad because I was talking to a guy, I really wanted to talk right then and there because I noticed they were upset. I said, let's talk. Like, I literally was like,
Wow, that's
that I
surprising.
was, yeah, because I knew how they were. I knew how they
Mm.
were.
So if I was flipping tables and shit, we would talk
Ye-
right then and there.
yeah.
All right,
But
thank
like
you.
I knew how
Thank you
they
for letting me know.
I knew how they were and I was like a little bit scared of how they would react.
Because you were in public or
Because
just
we
in
were in
general?
public and I just knew she has some mental health issues.
Okay.
I'm not saying that to make fun of her. It was like actively on meds and shit like that. So I was like actively working to like try to like calm her down and nothing was working and it was like I was helpless. So it's like sometimes y'all gotta work together. I feel like if you're on the other side and you know your partner gets like this, sometimes you really just gotta be like, okay, let me sigh and just be like, okay, let's talk. Let's sit down. Like, please, what's bothering you? And it's frustrating because you feel like you're like always the one that has to fix things, but I don't know. Like I don't know what else you could do to like make things smooth when you go out and like not have jealousy. You got
Have
me?
we ever went out and I made you jealous?
I wouldn't say jealous. It was more like annoying. Like I was like, you're doing too much.
I'm the life of the party, yo. And she think that that's a lot.
Well, when you're sober and everyone around you is drunk, it could be
I
annoying.
mean, but that's as expected.
I
How
know,
do
but
you
it could be
come into
annoying.
social areas where people are socially drinking and
Yeah,
then
I know, but it's just like sometimes it could just be annoying.
mm.
Like, geez Louise. And like you and my sister together are like a trip. Like
Me and her have a grand old
going
time.
out with both of y'all when I'm like not like Didi or whatever. It's just like, oh my gosh. Like, but then I think about it and I'm like, I feel like if we were all drunk, it would be a shit show.
Mm.
I don't know.
Mm. Well, there you have it. She doesn't get jealous over me.
I don't. I
Um,
just said I do.
Number two, um, passion for your own interests. That is a non-negotiable. That's necessary to have. People get together and they're just in la la land, which happens with everyone, especially lesbians. We again, like I've said before, I feel like a female bond is just so like I don't know, we just bond differently and it's heavily and it's just like we're just in one another's orbit at all times that we forget about like ourselves and the people that we have at home outside of our relationship. So keeping those interests that you had before or creating new interests even after you're in those relationships. Number three is mutual respect. Now, respect means, according to this article, that you have a deep admiration for someone's qualities, abilities, and achievements.
I agree with that. That's like major.
Yeah.
It comes with like having the same values, you know?
Yeah. There's nothing worse being in a relationship where you're really not respected.
Can you give an example of that?
Of what?
I can give an example for you. You used to date this girl and you were really trying to go into like the military. And I feel like they weren't respecting your vision and your goals at that time. And kind of like asking you to not do that. And it's like, I feel like you can't tell someone what they can and can't do. You could have an opinion on it. But I feel like in that instance, you were so in love with this person that you were like, I'm just gonna do whatever to make them happy. You got me?
Yeah.
And it's like they weren't really respecting your thought process in that moment.
Yeah. Wow, first of all, I'm actually really shocked that you brought that up. Um, I'm like, who the fuck are you talking about? Then I was like, oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I mean, regardless if you weren't taking it seriously or not,
Still, it
still,
was very
like you
yeah.
gotta support your partner with whatever decision they want to make, especially when it comes to professional stuff. And like I get the military is like a complicated thing. Like some people are all for it, some people are all against it.
Yeah.
I actually think there's a lot of pros to it.
Yeah.
A lot of pros to it. So I don't see you could write a pros and cons list. Like it's like let them decide.
Yeah.
Give your opinion, but tell them. I think you should do a pros and cons list of like why this is a good decision or it's not.
Yeah. And I think that well, number 4 is support, and I think that that also coincides with one another, the respect and the support, because it's like you said, I was young, so for me it was just like doing the things necessary to where my partner was happy, made me happy, so it was like I needed to do those things, that made her comfortable. Um so I kind of neglected myself in certain areas and aspects, but um I do think like having that support is necessary because you know like you said, not everyone has the same vision, and it's like to know that your partner doesn't support you, even if it's just something that you envision for a hot second. Oh, it might change, it doesn't matter. It's just like most times I just want to know that, like, all right, even if it's not going to happen or it's not something that I'm a whole 100%, like, I want your opinion on it. And most times I feel like support needs to be like that positive feedback. I get wanting to be realistic and be like, well, let's really talk about it, and that's okay.
Yeah.
But I think when people have those conversations about, well, let's really talk about the reality of it, it's always the negative reality. And it's not like well, this is the upside to it, you know? Like, just be uplifting. It's especially because, like, I'm a person who's always in my head. So, like, I'm constantly thinking of, like, just anything, really, all day. You can ask her. I have a hard time sleeping at night. And it's just because, like, this shit don't shut up. My head is just on go at all times. So I think I'm constantly thinking of ways, and she's the same way, of ways to improve not only ourselves, but our relationship, our like profession, our platform. Um, and sometimes it's like I need to bounce ideas and shit off of her. And just having that sense of like, oh, I'm being heard is a sense of supportiveness for me. So I don't know. I just think that that's important, and that goes along with being respected, because it's like, oh, like you hearing what I'm saying, and I feel valued.
Yeah. I get that. And some of these non-negotiables I feel like are like common sense are like and are like a given. But sometimes you're in this position and you don't realize it that you're giving up a non-negotiable that you said that you wasn't gonna negotiate.
Yeah.
You got me? And I think this is so important with the mutual respect and support because I've seen so many couples, regardless of straight, gay, whatever, where they're like, well, I want to go to this college, but like they don't want me to, like they want me to stay home, or like, no, girl, do what you gotta do, like do what you want to do. At the end of the day, like if you really want to be in this relationship, it would work out because lesbians do the whole
Yeah.
long distance thing. So it's like,
I'm just like, what does support look like in that manner? Okay, you don't want to be with me because I'm gonna be too far, or I'm gonna be away for long period at a
yeah,
time. So you feel like that's not beneficial to you because you don't have me physically here.
then I guess we gotta break up because it's
Yeah.
like this is clearly not gonna work out.
Right. And I'm not saying like long distance is for everyone. That's the example that we gave. Long distance isn't for everyone, and that's fine. That's okay. Be upfront about that. But all in all, I also think like if you really, respect your partner, respect your relationship, and love the love that you're in, you're at least gonna try.
Try.
You know, it's not saying like, oh, it's gonna work, but it's like, let's give this a go. Let's sit down and uh figure out how this could work. Like, what does it look like for you and for me, and making it, but people just rather give it up than try.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty garbage, but it is what it is. Number 5 is honesty. I think that that's a given. Again, like she said, majority of these examples that we're going over are general. Like, they're, anyone will consider them literally the bare minimum at this point.
Yes, but then it's like they're in this situation and they totally forgot.
Yeah.
I thought this was your non-negotiable. What happened?
Yeah. Right. Because, you bend a little bit for your partner sometimes, but what can we say? But yep, honesty, being truthful, just trusting your partner enough to be like, I can have this conversation with you, or we can build up to the point where we can have conversations where I don't have to hide anything, or, like, just revert from the absolute truth. I feel like I pretty much tell you just a good amount of everything. Um, Mostly because I just like to keep that open line of communication. And I don't know, I don't usually have really much to hide. And it's just like, I usually want to bounce ideas off of her, or just like, you know, see like what her thoughts or perspectives are on certain things. So, you know, and that's not to say, that's funny because I was thinking about when people were doing that TikTok where it was like, oh, yeah, you telling me a secret? Okay, it's just between me and you. And then it's like the partner. That's not what I'm saying when I'm talking about being honest and being truthful, you know?
No,
I'm
Jojo.
not out here telling people's business.
No, Jojo's. You're like very thing about that, which is cool.
Yeah.
And like I don't you don't be telling me all your friends' businesses, and that's totally respectable. And like I don't care.
Yeah.
Like you're very good with that. But I also feel like you have so many friends that it's like it's always something new that you find out. I feel like.
Yeah. I
But
feel like if you told me, you told me.
but
And that's
I be
that.
telling you things.
Yeah. But again, like, if you told me, you told me,
Yeah.
and that's our conversation. Unless it's like something like obviously not secret wise, but I just don't, because sometimes I feel like, and I've been in situations where it's just like, oh, I might have like let the cat out the bag, and then it comes to bite me in the ass. So
Yeah.
I'm like, it's really one of those situations where you're damned if you do and damned if you don't. But I just like to keep my hands
Yeah.
out of things, so I just shut the fuck up. If you don't want to tell me, don't tell me. Like, I'm not gonna push you. I'm not gonna press you.
Yeah.
But yes, keep it honesty. Number 6 is accepting and appreciating differences. That is a big one. I think that when we get into relationships, we really want to be the same, and we connect off the idea of us being the same and sharing those similarities, that we kind of neglect our differences. And then when you're kind of like furthering in the relationship, those differences start to show. Those differences start to become visible to your partner, and now it becomes a like, you're that's not what you showed me, that's not what you've been, and it just gets weird. I think that when we started, I definitely had some differences, um and it was a little troublesome for a little bit with us. And it's we're not the same in all kinds of ways, and I still think we realize, or we continue to realize, how we can differ from each other. um And at first it used to bother me because I was like, oh my God, like, now you're just nitpicking at me type shit. Um, but I don't know. I think slowly but surely you're becoming more acceptive. And I think like I try to become more acceptive of you because I also want to be accepted in my differences. Um, and that's still a work in progress.
Yeah.
I think that's always kind of going to be a work in progress.
Yeah, because what are we gonna do? Change our personality?
Yeah, and that's one thing, like, I don't like, I've been there, I've done that, and we've talked about it when we first started dating. It's like, I don't want to, like, I'm gonna do the things necessary for this to work and to show respect and, to your boundaries and your ideas of what you want from this relationship. But at the end of the day, I don't want to, like, disfigure myself and completely change to the point where it's like I'm back in that just for you type of relationship.
Yeah.
But I do think that that's necessary in appreciating your partner's differences and accepting it. That's not saying they need, you need to accept the off the wall shit, but I think just getting an idea of like, oh, well, you know, why is your thought process like this? Or why do you like to do these things, and just be like, all right, that's cool.
I had seen this like tweet that said, "There's always one person um, who forgets their toothpaste, and always one person who like brings extra, and they always seem to go on a trip together." And I feel like that's us.
Yeah.
Who forgot the toothpaste?
I didn't forget it. I didn't bring it because I know that she was gonna have it.
Oh, look at that!
Yeah,
Look at that! One
yeah.
day I'm gonna forget,
You are,
and
and I'm gonna be
we gonna
fucked.
have stinky breath all day.
That's all right. We'll just rinse some water, call it a day. I ain't kissing nobody but you.
Ew.
Number 7 is the sense of humor, which we just had. We just showed. You're welcome. I think that is essential, very essential, very fucking essential because I'm all play, and while she's not that play, she still has a sense of humor. We found what works for us, what that humor is, how we can share it. Most times it's talking shit, and that's that. But it is important to have that in a relationship because who wants to be with a fucking dry person all the time? Come on.
Yeah, lighten up.
I'd have more fun with your grandma. Come on.
My grandma is funny though.
I know. Anyway, your aunt is hilarious. Number 8 is family relationship. That's a fucking big one. That's a big one. But I'm gonna talk about that. Number
Major.
9, share goals for the future. I think that is essential as well. That should be a non-negotiable because, like, who wants to be with someone who doesn't want to fucking get married? Some of y'all do it. You think you can change the person, but let's be fucking realistic. And lastly, open-minded.
I hate people who like when I think about open minded, I think about people who like order chicken nuggets. Open up your palate. Like, please eat something different. Let's try it.
She said
Talking
chicken nuggets.
about I don't like I don't like that, I don't like that. I didn't like it. Like, it's like you didn't like it when you were 5 and you probably had a stomach ache. Try it now. Please be open minded. We need to go on trips and try new food.
Trust me, I do not eat chicken nuggets.
No, I'm not talking about you.
I know. But I agree. It's like people who I think that's based off of experience and what you learn at home. You think, oh, I already know everything. I learned it at home, or I learned it when I was in school, and then they're just not receiving of new things, new experiences, new information. Like, it's just you can be. I don't know that I like to use the word open minded. Like, I guess that's what you can say, but I just want to. For me, it's just being more receptive of things. Just actually receiving it and not. It's okay. You don't have to understand it or I don't know. I don't want to say accept it, but you could be open minded and be like, all right, let me listen to understand. But at the end of the day, I don't have to agree to it. That's just me. Got your own fucking idea of open minded, but whatever. So that was the 10 general ones that I got. Now I want your non-negotiables.
Okay, so before people go crazy,
we're gonna go bananas.
Some of my non-negotiables are also like just like how do you say it, like turn-offs. So like if you do any of these, it's no shade to you. It's just a turn off to me. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. How many are you gonna say? so I know how many I could say.
I really only got 9, and most of them are kind of like what
All
we've
right, I
already
have
touched
9
on.
too.
All right.
Yeah, some of them. So number one, like no excessive jealousy. Like I can't with that. Like you're about to stress me out. Number two, exes should be out of the picture.
Mm-hmm.
But I say that with a grain of salt because I've known that you've dated people you're still cool with just one. But I love them as a person, and I wouldn't consider them an ex. So it's like, yeah, nay.
Gray
And you know
area.
what it is? It's just like there's just some exes that don't get it. Like it's
Yeah.
like they broke up with you, they don't want you move on. And that's
Mm-hmm.
the thing. It's like they don't know how to move on. No, number three is honesty. I just hate people who lie, like pathological liar, lying about like the smallest things. Please, God, like I can't. Number four, I need someone who has like shared goals and ambitions for the future, which I feel like that we have. Number five,
It's the smile for me.
politics. Like, I don't know. Like, I think there's a difference between being a Republican and actually liking Donald Trump. If you like him as a person, I just can't. No, because we just always gonna argue about things, and I rather just no. That's it. Number six is independence. I feel like just like someone who can set healthy boundaries with you when it comes to like setting time apart. Someone who has like their own hobbies. I think that's important. Number seven, if you smoke cigarettes, there's like no way. There's no way that I would date you. It just stinks too much. And
That's
like
wild.
related but not related, like if you have to smoke weed like 3 times a day, we're not gonna work out.
Mm.
If you do it maybe once or whatever, okay, maybe. But I just personally, it's a turn off to me. That's all. Because I feel like someone who does it every day, I feel like they're kind of escaping something. But if you drink every day, you're an alcoholic, right? I don't know. The lines are blurred there a little bit. And I feel like there's just something that you're escaping from. And I would love for you to be present and be sober. Let's have a fucking conversation where you're not high. Don't catch feelings now. Like I hope people don't get upset about that. All right, number 8. Also kind of like a turn off because some people might disagree. I would never date someone who's a pillow princess.
You wouldn't date a femme.
No, what do you mean by that?
You said you wouldn't date a femme.
I don't
It's
know.
the same.
No, I don't think so. I think my mind has changed about that. Not all femmes are pillow princess, but I thought that
Yeah.
they were because I'm not. All right, the last one. I added this one here because I remember this was like a major one for me. Someone that doesn't cook and has no eager to learn. Ain't no way I'm gonna be cooking every meal. No.
Have you dated someone who's never cooked?
Guys, yeah.
I
A
mean,
lot of
other
guys
than that,
don't cook. Yeah. Have no eager to learn. Like,
let's be clear. I'm the chef in this fucking house.
I cook too though. Don't get crazy.
She cooks.
Yeah.
But I'm the chef in the house.
Yeah, yeah. But it's like I couldn't.
She's the husband
If-
bringing home the bread, and I'm just the housewife.
But like it's like think about it though. Like it's like imagine having to cook every single day for your partner and the kids. Damn. I mean, unless you love it and that's your shit and you a chef or whatever, good for you. But count me out. Count me out of that. Jeez.
I feel like a lot of my non-negotiables kind of are the same. So, excuse me if I fucking repeat some of them. So my first one was a good family connection.
Oh, I didn't add that.
I think that was
10.
absolutely necessary. Because I come, at least for me, I come from a really good family. Family is important to me, and
Can I interrupt you?
sure.
I think the reason why I didn't add that is because I feel like there's something about being gay and you're sometimes like their family just is not gonna accept it.
Mm-hmm.
There's just always gonna be some drama around that.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like if that's the case, what are you gonna do? Because they're trying. but their family's just not budging.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, of course I don't have a relation with my family. Like, they don't accept me. So I've dated people who have had poor relations with their family, but then it's like, well, I have such a good relationship with my family that I guess, like,
You can have my family.
right, like we can all share this together because
Yeah.
my family is gonna accept you. So I feel like there's like a gray line in there.
But okay, so for me, it's not about, if your family doesn't accept you because of your sexuality, that's understandable. But I've dated people who've had just poor family connection. And you know what? I don't blame them. I mean, essentially I've still dated people, you don't have to have the greatest family connection, but I feel like people who come from just that disconnect with their family because of whatever, fighting or just not agreeing on shit, and certain type of abuses, like that makes sense, but it's like they hold on to that shit. Like, I don't know how to say it.
Yeah.
It's just like
They always put the blame.
it's just like the biggest burden. And I don't know, like I said, I've dated people who didn't have the greatest family connection, and like you said, I was like, that's fine. I have a good family. Of my family's accepted people before, like it's not a problem. I've been very sharing of my family, and then I realized, like, for what? Because it doesn't matter. They're always gonna want their own family, and I don't blame them for that. um but I also think, like, it's it just depends on the person, because some can get away from that and can accept life outside of that, and some people can't. I feel like the people that I have dated who had that type of relation, like shitty relationship with their family, it it was always like it always came back to that, and it was like an excuse of their behavior and why they were the way that they were, and it was never like, okay, this has happened. I'm moving through it. I'm learning through it.
Like, seek therapy.
Yeah, like, especially if I'm fucking dragging my ass along the ground to help you. Like, I want to help. And it's just, I don't know. I just have been very unseen in situations like that. Number 2 is adventurous and willing to create new experiences. Not a homebody. Not a homebody. I spent too much time in the house. I told you I was not a rebel. My mom ain't play that shit. So I want to go out and I want to experience life.
I think I'm a homebody.
To an extent. To an extent.
I
feel
say
like,
that, and I never fucking stay home.
I'm about to say, like, let's really talk about it. How many times have you come on here and you was like, I was out last week. I was out this past weekend. We are far from homebodies. We can be when we know that we don't want to go out, but we're very far from homebody, sweetheart.
I be trying to be a homebody. And it's just always
something. But then it's like when you want to be, I feel like when you're actually you're just like, I need to get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, like let's go
right,
on a
I've been
date.
in here too long. Yeah. So that was number 2. Number 3 is quality time, being present. I don't know. I think quality time for me is just that it's like a security for me of being seen and being like, I don't know. I just want your attention. And I'm not saying I need to have that all the time, but it's just like, I want you to be right here with me. And I think I kind of get that from my dad, because my dad used to do that with us when we were younger. He used to be like, come sit down, watch TV with me. Meanwhile, he's fucking watching History Channel. I don't want to watch this shit.
That shit cracked me up when your mom would tell me that.
Yeah, like, I don't want to watch this shit. I'm gonna go see what mommy doing in the kitchen, cooking, smoking a cigarette. I'm gonna go stand with her.
Put a novela on and I'll sit with you.
And I used to watch TV with my mom, but when this man talk about something, let me watch History Channel and the news, you lost me, bro. You lost me.
I'll fall asleep.
Yeah. But yeah, being present, I think that's a thing for me, because I mean, we're getting older, we're losing time, and I think I'm just becoming more appreciative of quality time. Number 4 is individuality. I feel like you said this.
I didn't.
No, you didn't.
What do you mean?
I thought it was kind of just like having time outside of your relationship. Yeah, having hobbies, still having those interests, friends. I've been with people who don't have friends, and I'm not saying I always had friends. I recently, up until the last couple years, have grown my friend community. But before I didn't have too many. So I know what it's like to be the only person with no friends and having a partner who has all the friends, and then you just feel weird because like you're either invited or you're not.
I don't have a lot of friends.
Yeah, but you have friends. It's not a lot. You
It's
can make some more.
it's all about quality over
But,
quantity.
correct. I don't right. I got lucky with the amount of friends that I have. Because like I said, I've never had so many friends growing up. I've had a few, but
People love you.
in the last couple years, right. So, but I think that having those things that keep you feeling yourself
Right.
is essential to the relationship, because now
Yeah.
you come back, you miss me,
Right.
you've had your own day without me, you've had, and you're still able to give into the interests that if I don't like them or
Yeah.
I don't enjoy, you were able to be in that space with people who do
Right.
enjoy it.
Yeah, they should have at least one good friend.
Mm-hmm.
Someone that they could go out with,
Yes.
other than you.
Right. Number 5 is jealousy, because again, bitches are crazy. I don't want to say bitches. Women are crazy. We could be jealous. I don't deny it at all, but I've never been the crazy jealous type, but I've experienced some crazy ass jealous women. So that was like a no more. Like, if I'm gonna get away from this toxic shit, I do not want that excessive jealousy shit.
Oh, share a story. What has been excessive for you, other than me? Just kidding.
I don't know. I don't have a straight up example.
General, I guess.
I don't know. I just used to have one chick who literally did not like
Oh,
anybody.
yeah, yeah, you told me that.
Any fucking body. I played basketball. I'm on a women's basketball team. Like, these are my teammates.
She didn't like that.
And I talked to one and you're like, that's your bitch? Oh yeah, well you could fucking go. You can go with her.
Did she think that shit was cute? Like,
I guess.
oh my god,
I don't know. I don't
it's exhausting.
know. Yes. I don't know. I've just had many situations. Outside of that though. Number 6 is disrespectful or derogatory language towards your partner when upset.
Oh, that's wild.
I've been called a bitch.
Oh Lord.
I've been told fuck you to your face. Wild shit. That's that toxicity.
I find that word so disrespectful.
Bitch or
No,
fuck
like
you.
fuck you.
Oh.
Like I'm like, whoa. Like I think that's like, I don't know what it is about it that I'm just like, and I've been told that too.
Mm-hmm.
Like on like some like I feel like it's also the way you say it.
Mm-hmm.
You could be like fuck you, but like fuck you with your finger in my face. What are you gonna do? Hit
With
me?
just a finger or like the middle finger?
No, just the finger.
Because
But
I'm
like,
giving you the fucking middle finger.
I have never done that. Have I? Nah. I think, damn, like, what's the hatred? Like, I don't. I just find this so like.
I can understand that when you're in the moment, in the heat of the moment, you're just like, fuck it, let
Yeah,
it
like if
fly.
you're like have car rage, I guess, like you're driving, someone's being an asshole, you're like, fuck you.
Mm-hmm.
You got the middle finger up, but like saying it to your partner,
Yeah,
I just find that so oof.
it's like that's serious. Like, you meant that. Again, I've been in situations where I've been fucking talked to, however, and again, if you, depending on the household you come from, you see that, you think that that's regular.
Oh
Even
no.
for some people, it's just like, oh well, I mean, I could say fuck you in a funny way, and some people don't take that as funny. They take that personally. Because like I've come from, and just like she's saying, like she's seen some of my friendships where it's like a little aggressive, but it's just like that's just our relationship. That's
Just
kind of
how
like
y'all show love.
our, yeah, that's our humor. That's our right way we show love. Like I call my friends bitches. I'll be like, bitch,
That's
type
normal.
shit. Yeah.
Hmm.
But other than that, like towards a partner, I've been in a situation where I've been talked to however fucking kind of way. You would think I was her child. And I allowed it because I respected not respected, but I understood the fact that I know you're angry, you're in the moment, I'm gonna let you have it. And then it just became a regular thing. And then it was just like, nah, like I don't deserve to be disrespected like that.
Yeah,
Because when
enough
I
is
did
enough.
it, when I was mad enough to the point where I fucking said it, it was the worst thing that had ever happened. It was the worst. It was held over my head literally forever. Could not let it go. And I was like, that's really crazy. I don't like how, like, you flip the shoe and then you're the worst person in the world.
Right. Like
So,
if you do it, it's okay. But if I
right.
do it, it's the end of the world.
Exactly. And that
What
really used to
the
happen to me.
fuck?
And I'm like, are you for fucking real? This is like, I'm such a like, I try to like give people the benefit of the doubt, let you have it and like be understanding about it. But I feel like I never get that reciprocation. So I would just rather not. Number 7 is driven and motivated. I think I'm fairly driven and motivated because knowing my background and where I come from, I obviously want to be more than where I've came from. And I obviously want to make my parents happy and proud of me. Um, so I think that that's kind of a given.
Yeah.
And to have someone who's also like that and shares that sense of motivation and drive, who knows what you can do together and separately. So I think that that's necessary. Number 8 is shared family values. I think you said that. Um, it just makes for an easier family gathering. I
Literally.
don't like I'm the furthest thing from beef, y'all. I don't want fucking drama, especially when I'm coming home to my family. Like that's one thing I really want. Like
But don't let it don't let it get fucked up though. My family is good, but sometimes they argue.
yeah, well, any family argues.
Right.
You see, mine ain't
They be
any like
fighting.
precious. Number 9 is supportive. And that was actually gave the example earlier. I've been in a situation where I didn't have such a supportive um partner at the time. And it was just like, it always came back to like their needs and what they were willing to accept or do and shit like that.
Yeah.
So I think it was important for me to find someone who was supportive. And here I am. Long and behold, I found my person who
Oh.
checked some of these boxes. All right, so that was our non-negotiables. Just a quick rundown of how it helps. So pretty much it's just like setting boundaries, for people to follow and show respect to you. Non-negotiables are also basically like, how do I say that? It's like the things that are important to you, the
Yeah,
things
you
that,
gotta be careful with your non-negotiables. Like I shared some stuff here that I said these are just turnoffs.
yeah.
You get me? It's not like the end of the world. Like if
Mm-hmm.
that's you get me? Like it's I don't know. Sometimes I feel like people confuse boundaries and they become like this toxic, controlling partner,
Mm-hmm.
and that's not how you should be.
No. No,
But yeah,
we want to be the furthest thing from fucking controlling first and foremost. With the non-negotiable, it can be flexible. It doesn't have to be like solid. You have your things that you're
you
absolutely
gotta
100
compromise.
and solid about, and you have things that you're like, I can maybe bend this, but it has to be like, you know, you have to be willing to do it for you. Like, okay, if I want to bend this and it's no longer a non-negotiable, is because it doesn't hold as much importance as other things. And that's going to happen because, we go through changes, life changes, experience change us. There's plenty of reasons to why we no longer value the things we used to. You're constantly growing, so it's bound to change. So what you consider a boundary or a non-negotiable fucking 5 years ago or even a year ago probably doesn't even matter to you now. So that's okay to be on a spectrum. But all in all, having these helps you to, prevent the stress, the anxiety, just give you a more fulfilling life because you are in control of like what it is you're willing to accept from what people give you. All right, so to end off, according to goodthingsaregoingtocome.com. These
Oh,
dot coms
cute.
sound right.
Very
How to
cute.
create non-negotiables. So it says that creating non-negotiables is a powerful way to establish boundaries and prioritize what's important in your life. Non-negotiables can help you avoid burnout and ensure you're living a fulfilling life that aligns with your values. To get started, consider breaking your non-negotiables into categories such as jobs, relationships, self-care, and more. However, be flexible with your non negotiables. Non negotiables are personal values that help you establish boundaries and prioritize what's important in your life. However, as life changes, so does your priorities. What once was a non negotiable may no longer be realistic or sustainable in our current circumstances. That's why it's essential to be flexible and adjust our non negotiables to reflect our changing lives. Boom, drops mics. I was just saying that.
I agree with that 100%. Cause I've definitely done a non-negotiables list like back in the day, and I feel like things have changed because I'm more open-minded to things. Like
Yeah.
I was very strict with certain things.
I feel like even as we've like throughout our relationship, like we've not changed or like that you've changed, but you've been more like accepting or like lenient with things where you're like, all right, that doesn't have to be end all be all. Maybe in another situation or in the event, like in your experience with other people, it was necessary to have that boundary or that non-negotiable where you may carry it over into a new relationship and realize this isn't necessary for this relationship with this person. So it's okay to be a little flexible, but no one to be stern and fucking headstrong about it, and no one to just be like, all right, this could be bent a little bit.
Right. Let's get into the family meeting. Number 1. Stupid question, LOL. But how can I get my Virgo ex-girlfriend back? That was a question.
Ooh.
You can't.
You listen, you need to plan a whole
outing.
Yeah.
Like a whole
shebang. You might as well get her a ring and just accept the fact that she's gonna say no. No, I don't want to be an asshole. We not all stubborn. Only the ones that are, the late Virgos.
Don't play with me.
I don't know. Listen, as long as you ain't do no nutty buddy shady ass shit, I don't know. Just keep trying to hit her up. Show her that you're serious. You try and get her back. I really don't know. Really depends on that person and what that looks like for them. But I do, believe in trying, just to say that you did try. Not even just to say, but just so you know, I tried my best and it still didn't work out. So it's just not meant to be.
All right, next question. I have been with my girlfriend for almost 4 years, and we U-hauled within the first year of us dating. My girlfriend doesn't have too many friends, and later on, I found out that she was using Bumble BFF and messaging other girls and kept it a secret from me. I confronted her about it, and she said she just wanted to make some new friends, and she deleted the app to avoid any more drama. I have always encouraged her to make more friends, but she lost my trust when she started using Bumble BFF without giving me a heads up. We decided to go on a break. After our break, I found DMs from a guy she went on a date with while we were on a break. How do I bring this up to her?
You just bring it up. There's no subtle way. I understand, like, obviously you need to come up with a time and a place, because there is a time and place to have certain conversations if you know how your partner is going to react. Like if you know that they're, they could be absurd sometimes, and like, obviously you want to pick the right environment at least, but speak the fuck up.
So what does she say? She says, I was looking through your phone and I saw these DMs from a guy.
If that's what you did,
because that's what she did.
If that's what you did, then yeah.
No, but then the argument's gonna be like, you was looking. So
you was okay, but that's a deflection. That's a deflection. That's not. We could argue. At the end of the day, if you are going to argue, you are going to argue. I understand wanting to avoid the argument, but regardless, it's gonna bring up the argument, because now the question is gonna be, well, how did you know? How the fuck else would she know?
Yeah, I was looking through your phone.
Okay, so it's still gonna be the conversation that you went through my phone.
But that's the problem. Like, that's not the argument here. The argument here is what happened in this break? Like, I thought we was on a break where we were working on ourselves and not dating other people. Because that's what I think about a break. I don't agree with them because of things like this. Because it's like people.
Have you taken a break before? I feel like
No, never.
Okay.
But I feel like I just don't believe in them.
If we want to work on something, we can work on it together.
Like, granted, this is a decision that they both decided on, but it's like, I guess you had to be clear with what it meant to be on a break.
I'm about to say, I think a break can be essential at some point in your relationship. Yeah. Just to maybe get space from one another, but like you said, that has to come with boundaries, and it has to come with like, this is what I expect and what I want to happen within this break. There's
always one person who.
But that's why you have to have the conversation.
There's always
because
one
people
person
have
who
different expectations or like different ideas of what that means to them.
Yeah, so there's always gonna be somebody who's gonna be like doing whatever they want, and there's gonna be somebody who's gonna be like, "Well, I thought it was a break. Like,
I thought it was like a working on yourself break.
Like, not let's date
other
people."
I fucking hate that. And that's why you need to talk about it. You need to fucking set your expectations of what you want from this break and what this break means to you. But all in all, she went on a date with a guy. You saw in her DMs. You want to know how the hell to bring it up to her? I'm sorry, I'm getting all like aggressive because you know what? I'm tired of being the one that hold my motherfucking tongue. I've been in situations where I didn't say shit out of fear of starting an argument or the fact that, I went through your phone, so now it's going to be an argument because now this is a privacy issue. And it's like, I've always been a person where it's got flipped on to me. And that's when I learned to keep my mouth shut. But fuck that. Fucking say what you want. However you want to present it to her. Regardless, it's going to be an argument. I don't want to say regardless, it's going to be an argument, but there's going to be the issue that you went through her phone. When the real fucking issue is, you went on a date in between our break. Now, I want to understand at what point when we agreed to this break that we agreed that we were dating or open to seeing other people. Because that's where the confusion kicks in. Yeah. Because if that's the case, like, can we take another break? Because I'm going to go and get that's being toxic. Let me stop.
And I also feel like the whole downloading another app to like make friends is questionable too. Because it's like, you was playing games even before you went on a date with this guy. You were messaging other people, trying to be friends, but then it's like...
But is that...
Bumble BFF...
I'm about to say, is that because of the stigma with Bumble BFF? Is that...
No, it truly doesn't matter what app it is. I don't care what app it is. It's just like... Because I've heard Bumble BFF, people use that to also date. It's not just to make friends. Right. So it's like, it's the intention behind it, and then not communicating with your partner that you made this, and then they found out. Like, tragic, because now you look bad.
But then how does that look if you use Instagram? It's an app you already have. It's a social app. You're meeting friends. I met somebody on Instagram. I've been messaging somebody on Instagram. We're going to hang out.
I think it really depends. And I feel like we can't even put ourselves in this situation because we get messages from listeners sometimes. So it's like hard to, I don't know, like, where did this come from? Who's this girl who just started following you? How did you guys meet? Did you guys meet in person and then you started following each other? Like, it's like, is she gay? Is she straight? Like, what is it? So it's hard. And then I also wonder, is she mad because it's like, is she even more upset because it's a guy? Or do you think that doesn't matter? Because that's a big thing for the people who are bi. Like, it's like a lot of lesbians don't date bi people because of this example.
I ain't gonna laugh. In the event, I ain't gonna lie.
I'm like, laugh.
In the event that we were to split and I saw you with a guy, I'm crying.
You're crying
out of laughter.
You're crying laughing?
Yes.
Why are you crying laughing?
Because
guys listen to this.
Absolutely.
So,
and you know what? You're welcome.
What's funny?
You're welcome if you get the opportunity, right? If you get the chance in life to mate with my lady here, but I'm fucking laughing because it's just one of those things where it's just like,
it will be hypocritical.
She had the audacity to talk all this shit, and yet
Okay.
There she is.
Some guys are attractive.
Yeah,
That's
I
the
don't
thing.
fucking doubt it.
That's the thing.
That's
That's the thing. I'm not saying I'm gonna go date a guy. Are you crazy?
that's what
I
it
just
sound
had
like.
to.
That's what it sound like. They're attractive. That's what it sound like.
Girl, even you be like, they
I
cute.
do. I have
They
no
cute.
problem complimenting guys. If you popping, my man, I'm gonna tell you popping. I'm gonna I listen. If you look good, you look good.
But but
But I'm good.
but them, they're tragic.
I don't want to say they all tragic.
No.
I
No,
had it
some of them
alright.
listen to the
I
podcast.
dated an alright individual, and I just knew that it wasn't for me. But if it's still for you, baby, do what you gotta do.
Nah, but I mean, there's definitely some hurt behind the fact that it was a guy, for sure,
Hmm.
which is problematic too. Because then I would, if I was in her shoes, I'll be like, ooh, let me find out. I don't know, like that I wasn't giving you something that you were missing, if that makes
Hmm.
sense, that you have to go find in some guy.
Yeah.
Ooh, but yeah, like Jojo said, just bring it up. There's gonna be no easy way to bring it up. Obviously, it's the way that you deliver things and like your tone. But like no matter what you say, they're gonna be upset that you went through their phone or whatever the case is.
And you gotta think about like how is your partner as a person? Like, do you think that they would have no problem bringing it up?
Oh, true. Like if the roles were reversed, how
Yeah.
would they do that? All right, so this last family meeting is kind of like a follow up from our previous episode where somebody talked about how they felt like something was missing in a sense and they wanted to kind of like just have more fun. They were in a relationship though.
Mhm.
So they're kind of just giving us an update on their question before.
Yeah. They said, "Hey besties, I feel like she's the one, but her partner is the one, but I just miss what JoJo said. I miss that freedom feeling. It's not like I want an open relationship, but it's more like I want to party before we have babies and before we get married. In some ways, I miss being single and doing whatever crazy shit I feel like and ooh, whatever crazy shit. I feel like I need a break, but I know that that's not something healthy. I don't know. Just think that if I'm going to spend my life with a person I truly love, I can't be thinking about this. So, should I do something about it or is it just a phase? By the way, when I start my podcast, I'll let you know. Hell yeah. Let us know for sure. But yeah, like she said, this was
A follow
a
up.
follow up. Um Basically she just felt like she was kind of in a space where she feels like she's missing out on her young single life. Not that they want to be single, but just how do they shake that feeling of like they pretty much said just having fun and doing whatever the hell they wanted without, as I said, without the responsibility of thinking of another. Um I mean, it's worth having the conversation. I think that if you explain that to your partner um in hopes that they're willing to be understanding of it, um maybe you guys could work something out, whether you guys end up taking that break or maybe find a way where you can do it together. um I don't know. I really don't know. It could just be a phase. um
If I were to come to you and say some shit like this, what would you think? What would you think? Like, oh my god, I need to have fun and like just live my life and like do whatever the fuck I want. I'll be like, then you need,
what's
then you need.
what's whatever the fuck you want, because I'm down. See, you can't tell me nothing because I feel like I'm likely to be down.
Okay, so it really depends on her partner.
Yeah, it really depends on your partner. Now, if I was to come to you and say that shit, you would be like, bye.
I was gonna say then you need to be single because it just sounds like you want to do single stuff. Like, what is it that you miss? Because I feel like we already live a crazy life. What do you want?
Mhm.
What do you want to do? Threesomes? What do you want to do? Drugs? Or what is it?
She said drugs.
Are you having a midlife crisis?
No,
Like
no,
what?
that doesn't mean a midlife crisis. No, people just kind of miss the version of themselves that they were, and it doesn't always have to associate with the nutty buddy shitty things. You know, it doesn't have to be associated with being with other people or getting into. You know, it's just
Doing what you want.
yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
Would you be able to threesome?
I'm done.
You brought it up. But yeah, that's it for our very long episode. I think this one exceeded any
You're lying.
one that we
We've had
did,
guests
unless there
on
was
here for
guests. Yeah.
an hour and a half.
But yeah, we've been putting out polls on Spotify.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not sure if it shows up on Apple too or other platforms, but do look into that when you go to listen to it and you look at our descriptions and stuff. Just make sure you kind of scroll through, because there's, comments you could leave on these episodes. We actually put out questions asking for your feedback, while also putting out polls to have some, interactiveness. We want to be interactive with you guys in the best way possible. So just look out for that and be sure, you get into it.
Yeah.
Show us some love, give us your feedback, and that's that.
Thank you so much for listening. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe.
Deuce, mother goose.
Bye.